With y'all guys tonight, KJ Media 100. Alright, so today's topic, are men simps when they are younger? You know, I made a video about Travis Hunter, and I mentioned in the video that when you're a young man, you don't know how to deal with women, and you can simp out a little bit. Actually, I also said that in somebody's comments of somebody else who made a video about Travis Hunter, that I had some sucker ass internet ninja go underneath my comment and told me
to stop projecting my failures
in my life on Travis Hunter.
I know Travis
Hunter
doing good since he's 50.
Yada.
I'm like, damn. Y'all out here really caping for this dude. Everything I talk about is to uplift young people. First and foremost, young black people, and then next, young black men. But my content is for everybody. Don't matter if you Chinese, Filipino, or white, or a Travis Hunter ninja that's about to go to the NFL with a woman disrespecting you. And that brought me into my next subject. All young men simps when they're younger. Yo, the numbers don't lie. Life experience don't lie, all right? When you're a young man, right, you think about this whole Disney fantasy, you know, the goddamn prince is chasing around a peasant woman just to marry her and you know, save her life. It's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. In real life, it doesn't happen. But that whole Disney fantasy got young men thinking this is what it is. And on the reverse, it got women thinking this is what it is. Ladies, you're not gonna have no prince chasing you to save your life. All right? Young men, you'll be stupid if you do that. Speaking of Disney, I had a young man that worked at my job. Long story short, he had the hookup to go to Disneyland. You know, on the West Coast it's Disneyland, back east is Disney World. Anyway, so he brought his girl who was older than him. This young man was about 22. This young woman was about 24. She had like a 4-year-old child. And they came back, and I remember asking him, how did it go? He's like, we got into it. We're taking a break right now, you know, we need to stop talking right now. And I was like, hey, did she tell you that kid ain't yours? He said, what do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean what I mean? Did y'all get into it and did she ever mention to you, well, this is my child, it's not yours? And he's like, yeah, she did. And I love that little girl. Stop right there. Stop right there. Women say that to you even when it is your kid. But I told that man, I gave him the game, and he's now changed his world. He's dating like multiple women right now, not being a sleazebag or nothing like that, but he's just living his life. You know, he's like 23 right now, 23-year-old boy, living this damn Disney fantasy. You know, you're told women are the prize, a lot. Women are the prize, women are the prize, she's the prize. You gotta chase her, you gotta call her, you gotta do this. You gotta put your goddamn mink coat underneath the puddle for her to walk on. You gotta open the door for her. Open my door. You know what I'm saying? Open the door for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying do it all the time, but come on. When you're told so much that somebody is a prize, and the effect it has on you that you ain't shit. If they're the prize, you ain't shit. When you hear that stuff, you always trying to please women. I'm not against you pleasing your lady, pleasing your girl, but you always, by default, just trying to please her. You're always doing this, she gonna leave me if I don't do this, she gonna leave me if I don't do that. You always in your head thinking this woman's gonna leave me. Everything I do, this woman's gonna leave me. So you trying to be that perfect guy. And what do we learn, fellas, when you're younger? The more you give, the more that she takes. This whole time when you like a 21-year-old guy, you're fighting human nature, you're fighting male nature. Not all men, but like the goofy that wanted to respond back to you in the comments. Oh, I built my wife since high school. Good for you, nigga. That can happen sometimes. That will happen sometimes. It don't happen often. Most people don't stay together. Most relationships are over after like 6 months, bro. But you're fighting male nature. And what I mean by fighting male nature is, by nature, you want to have multiple women. When you're 21 years old, you want to get as many women as you can. You want the tall ones, you want the short ones, you want the dark ones, you want the light ones, you want the Hispanic ones, you want the white ones. You want them all. And when you're 21 years old and you live in this Disney fantasy, being told that women are the prize, you're always trying to please them, but on the other side of your brain, you see other chicks, you're like, you just fighting male nature. When you're a young guy, some things seem inevitable. You think like you're 21 years old, you think 30 is the end of the world. You feel what I'm saying? And then when you're about to turn 30, you don't even think about 40. You think 40 is the end of the world. Let me tell you something. I don't want to age myself, but I'm up there. All right? I'm about to be 40. And I'm not thinking about 50 as a death sentence. I'm actually planning for 50. I want to have this one on 50, have this one 50. I'm embracing turning 50. So instead of living like my 20s and my 30s, thinking about avoiding my 30s, and living my 30s trying to avoid my 40s, I'm gonna live my 40s embracing going to the 50s, embracing getting old, embracing these gray hairs. I had a little poll, and I'm gonna reveal the results to the poll. I asked y'all, are young men simps when they are younger? And the people spoke. Well, yes, 100%. 100%. They spoke. So to that lame-o that was in my comments, you the minority, nigga. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let's get the conversation started. Are men really simps when they're younger, and why? Maybe you're one of the select few guys that wasn't a simp. Who knows? Let me know. It's KJ Media 100. All right, I'm out.